Alright, I'm doing this little update video just to show you guys where I'm at with the S15. Got the transmission in today, which is way too hard to record and put the transmission in. It's like no room under there. I was just struggling. So let me show you where I'm at right now. Here's the transmission mount that I need to flip around because it's off. This is a McKinney mount for a 25. I'm just gonna cut this off and make a custom bracket pretty much to flip the motor mount around. You can see it's on the other side to flip it around and put it right up here. Also, I need to get a dry shaft made. That's gonna be Inland Empire drive line. I'm gonna go there and get that done. And I think everything else is pretty much done. All the bolts are in the transmission. So this is the only bolt that's a little bit longer than the other 3 transmission bolts. This is a 30 length, and then the one for the backing plate, I think these are 16s for the backing plate on the bottom. So this is a 26, so I don't have any brackets like on the 25 for the bottom, so I just bolt the shield to the back of this. Other than that, oh yeah, I have this clutch masters, the delay valve, the clutch. So the line comes out, goes into there, and it goes back up to the master. Fucking Rodney drew this down here. But other than that, all the bolts, they all went in fine. I used 2 washers with the bolts. So the bolts that I listed in my other videos, they definitely work. I just used 2 washers and on all 4, that was good. But yeah, pretty much that's where I'm at. My ghetto E85 flex fuel sensor is in the return line. I didn't do it again because I don't know, I was in a rush. All right, here's the view in the inside, what everything looks like. I'm gonna give you a few tips really quick on things that you need to do when you go from the standard 25 box and the S chassis to the Dogbox, GSR, whatever you're doing. So the first thing is you're gonna need to buy a new clutch master. So I think I got this one from, where did I get this from? I think it was Chase Bay. So this shit's really expensive. I think it's $180. On Chris's car, we had to do the same thing, and I think it costs about like $80 for everything. If you just do a little bit of searching, you could just buy the, I think it's a Willwood Master, and then they sell these plates that go on the back of this for like, I think $30 or something like that. And yeah, you don't have to spend $180. So just search on Google, same thing, but under $100. So the only thing you don't get is this top part. So the only other tips is when you put the transmission on, don't put it on with the shifter. Take the shifter off, because when you try to get the transmission in, the shifter's so big, it's still gonna hit back here even though it's cut out. So just take the shifter off and put it on. It'll make life easier. And then when you get the transmission on, it's only gonna go 90% in. It's gonna go through the clutch, but it's not gonna go into the pilot bushing unless you press on the clutch. So you have to bleed the throwout bearing before you try to put the transmission in. That way, when you're pushing the transmission in, you could have someone press on the clutch and the transmission will just go all the way in. So what I did is I put the transmission up all the way in and I let it hang out a quarter, and I put a bolt in just to keep it from falling out, just in case. And then I got inside and I just opened up this line and pressed the pedal a bunch until fluid started coming out. And then I closed it and I pressed on the clutches until I got a little bit of pedal. It's not that much, but just enough so I could sit in the driver's seat, press on the clutch, wiggle this, and get it all the way in. And yep, that was it. So also, when you cut the transmission tunnel out, I cut 28 inches. So from here to here is 28 inches. If you just wanted to know, if you're doing this, if you're cutting everything out for your drift car without having a transjet, that's what you want to do. Or you can go by this little hump right here for, I think this is the stock e-brake mount or handbrake mount. So you can cut from that all the way forward as much as you want, depending on what kind of racing you're doing. So check the rule books, but that's it. I got to do something with all this wiring. And also I ditched the Haltech, and I'm pretty sure I'm going either Motec or Link. So I'm just gonna try to do the most in here. That way everything's reliable. Hopefully my RB doesn't blow up every time I take it out. But that's it. I'll let you guys know what else I do this weekend. Maybe go to Final Bout, or maybe I'll stay here and work on this car.